Welcome to Stoic Beyond Limits, the sanctuary where ancient wisdom meets the challenges of modern life. Today, we unravel a paradox of human interaction that few dare to confront: why excessive politeness doesn't always earn respect, but often invites rudeness, exploitation, and disdain. In a world where kindness is praised and humility admired, it seems almost counterintuitive to suggest that too much of these virtues can be dangerous. Yet, the ancient Stoics understood human nature deeply and recognized the shadows that linger in the hearts of men. In this video, we'll explore why excessive politeness draws out the worst in people, backed by Stoic philosophy, psychology, and real-world dynamics. We'll discuss how being overly nice can attract manipulators, embolden the rude, and why setting firm boundaries is not a sign of cruelty, but an act of wisdom and self-respect. Stay with us as we dissect this profound truth and learn how to navigate life with strength, presence, and unshakable dignity. 1. The illusion of politeness as a shield. The modern world often equates politeness with virtue. We're conditioned to believe that the nicer, more agreeable, and accommodating we are, the more people will like and respect us. But Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, warned against placing our worth in the approval of others. He wrote, "Sir, it never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." Excessive politeness, though outwardly virtuous, can become a facade we wear to avoid conflict, to gain approval, or to escape discomfort. But people instinctively detect inauthenticity. They can sense when someone is desperate to be liked. And ironically, the more you shrink yourself to please others, the more likely you are to attract those who will exploit your kindness, test your patience, and eventually lose respect for you. 2. How human nature responds to excessive niceness. Seneca observed that nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart. But gratitude must be genuine, not born out of guilt or fear. When you constantly bend over backward to be excessively polite, you inadvertently communicate a lack of inner strength. Human nature, being what it is, often interprets this as weakness. Just as predators in the wild single out the most submissive of the herd, so do certain individuals in society gravitate toward those they perceive as overly agreeable. It's a subconscious signal: this person won't fight back. This person will tolerate disrespect. And thus, your excessive niceness becomes an invitation for rude behavior. 3. The psychology of rude people. Why do rude people target the excessively polite? It stems from a fundamental psychological principle. People test boundaries to determine their limits. In the absence of clear, assertive limits, some individuals, especially those driven by ego or insecurity, will push until they meet resistance. Rude individuals often seek control. When they encounter someone excessively polite, they recognize an opportunity for dominance. They'll make passive-aggressive comments, issue unreasonable demands, or subtly undermine you. Not always out of conscious malice, but because human nature abhors weakness in social hierarchies. As Epictetus wisely said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Excessive politeness often reveals that we are not masters of our own emotions and boundaries, but slaves to the opinions of others. 4. The Stoic virtue of assertiveness. Stoicism isn't about being cold or indifferent. It's about harmony between virtue and reason. The Stoic ideal is not to eliminate kindness, but to pair it with assertiveness and self-respect. Marcus Aurelius practiced this balance, showing compassion without compromising his position as emperor. He dealt with difficult individuals with measured responses, never letting excessive kindness blur his sense of justice and authority. True politeness isn't about avoiding conflict, it's about addressing it with wisdom and courage. When you say no with calm certainty, when you decline unreasonable demands with grace, you reflect a higher level of self-mastery. And it's this quiet strength that commands respect far more than excessive niceness ever could. 5. Real-world examples of excessive politeness backfiring. Consider the employee who always says yes to extra tasks, even when overwhelmed. At first, they're praised for their helpfulness. But soon, they become the office dumping ground. Colleagues lose respect, taking advantage of their inability to set boundaries. Or the friend who tolerates constant insults masked as jokes, never confronting the offender for fear of conflict. The result? The insults escalate, and the rude friend loses any sense of restraint. These scenarios are not rare. They play out daily in workplaces, families, and social circles. And in each, the excessively polite individual suffers, while the rude party grows bolder. 6. The Stoic way of setting boundaries. How, then, does one maintain politeness without becoming a target? Epictetus advised, "Keep your will in harmony with nature." And part of nature is recognizing that not everyone deserves unlimited access to your time, energy, or kindness. First, clarify your values. Know what you stand for and where you draw the line. If a request or behavior conflicts with your values or well-being, it's not impolite to refuse, it's wise. Second, practice assertive communication. You can decline invitations, requests, or tolerate disrespect with dignity. Use firm but kind language, "I appreciate your perspective, but I disagree," or "I won't be able to do that." Third, accept that some people will react negatively. The Stoics taught us to be indifferent to what is outside our control. Others' opinions belong to them, not you. Focus on maintaining your character, not managing everyone's perception of you. 7. The paradox of respect. A fascinating truth emerges when you live this way. The less you seek approval, the more respect you command. When you stop over-apologizing, over-explaining, and over-accommodating, people recognize a person of substance. Rude people, upon encountering resistance, often retreat. They seek easier targets. And those with noble character appreciate your clarity and strength. Marcus Aurelius captured this paradox beautifully. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. By embodying self-respect, you teach others how to treat you. 8. Inner freedom through detachment. The Stoic path teaches that our peace lies not in others' approval but in alignment with reason and virtue. Excessive politeness stems from a fear of disapproval, but true freedom comes from detachment. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." The conflicts we imagine when considering standing up for ourselves rarely materialize as dramatically as we fear. And even when they do, the serenity of self-respect outweighs the discomfort of temporary tension. Detach from the need to be liked. Replace it with the desire to be respected by yourself first. 9. How to cultivate assertive grace. This is not a call to become abrasive or confrontational. Stoicism values measured, thoughtful responses. You can be kind without being submissive, polite without being a pushover. Practice mindful pauses. When confronted with rudeness or unreasonable demands, pause before responding. This brief moment allows emotion to settle and wisdom to rise. Use minimal words. The Stoics valued economy of speech. A firm "no, thank you" often holds more power than a lengthy, apologetic explanation. Maintain composure. Emotional outbursts signal loss of control. Respond with calm certainty, and you assert silent dominance. 10. Reclaiming Stoic dignity. In closing, remember this. Excessive politeness draws out the worst in people not because kindness is weakness, but because unguarded kindness signals a lack of boundaries. The Stoics mastered the art of benevolent strength, compassion paired with unwavering self-respect. As you navigate a world rife with conflicting personalities, adopt the Stoic mindset. Be courteous, but firm. Be kind, but unafraid to say no. Set boundaries not with hostility, but with the serene confidence of one who knows their worth. For in the words of Marcus Aurelius, the tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say, or think, or do. Only what you do. This is the path to dignity, peace, and unshakable presence. Thank you for watching Stoic Beyond Limits. If you found value in this video, subscribe and join us on this journey of ancient wisdom and modern strength. Until next time, walk with virtue, speak with clarity, and hold yourself with quiet, fearless dignity.